Fantasy Gives. It's time to play it forward. For the first time ever, we have taken the enormous popularity of fantasy football and created a new and revolutionary national fundraiser. In this video, we will take a closer look at the who, what, how, and why of our fundraiser program. Who we are. Just like you, we are a nonprofit group. Established in 2007, we are a 501c3 charitable organization. Fantasy Maxim and its family of websites are a subsidiary of ARF. Our family of websites includes Fantasy Gives, Fantasy First, and Fantasy Football for Females. As a nonprofit group, we have been through and understand fundraising challenges. We have created this fundraiser with a charity mindset and eliminated the typical pitfalls of fundraising. The key components of our fundraiser. There are no costs to participate. This may be the one and only time it actually takes no money to generate revenue. There are no risks involved. Your organization has absolutely nothing to lose and a tremendous amount of revenue to gain. Minimal effort is required from your staff. Fantasy Gives does all of the work on your behalf. What we do. We have taken the popularity of fantasy football and made it beneficial to the nonprofit community. Just how popular is the National Football League in fantasy football? According to the 2014 Nielsen ratings, the National Football League had 202.3 million viewers. This represents 80% of all television homes and 68% of potential viewers in the United States. Fantasy football is a national sensation with a staggering growth in popularity with no end in sight. There were 41.5 million people that participated in fantasy football during the 2014 season. And don't be misled into thinking fantasy football is just for the guys. Ladies love fantasy football too. In 2014, 8.3 million females participated in fantasy football. This is a 300% increase since 2007 and a 50% increase in the last 2 years alone. The enormous popularity of the NFL and fantasy football provides a unique opportunity for significant revenue. A nonprofit group with 5,000 participants playing the full season would generate $525,000 for their charitable organization. This significant revenue is made possible by Fantasy Gives providing up to a 70% return on donations. Hosting and game management. There is no burden on your organization. The software application for the contests are hosted and managed by Fantasy Gives. Private label branding. Fantasy Gives provides the option for larger nonprofit groups to have private label branding. We take a back seat and create a fundraiser application with your charity logos and color scheme at no cost. How the fundraiser works. Getting started is quick and easy. Registration is simple and uncomplicated. The contact information is safe and protected. It will never be sold. The contests are easy for everyone to play. The salary cap format is fun and simple for both the experienced and novice players. There are no long drafts. You can set your fantasy lineup in less than 5 minutes. We have help tools for your followers that want to support your efforts but may not have a great deal of knowledge about football and fantasy sports. We have created 2 free websites to assist the participants with the contest. We explain all the basics of both football and fantasy football at Fantasy First and Fantasy Football for Females. At Fantasy First, you will also find award-winning analysis and information for die-hard fantasy football fans. At Fantasy Football for Females, we have created the first fantasy football website designed entirely for women. Ladies will get the information and tools they need from the unique female perspective of Dee Dee Hale, the First Lady of Fantasy Football. We have made the fundraiser easy to afford. For only a $10 donation, participants get a single entry into any contest. For just a $150 donation, they can play the entire season or 17 entries. As an added enticement to play the contest, Fantasy Gives provides additional prizes. For those participants with a competitive nature, there are thousands of dollars in weekly prizes provided to maintain peak interest in the games. The fundraiser is engaging. The games utilize the popular daily fantasy sports format as seen in commercials by FanDuel and DraftKings. Live scoring provides instant feedback and keeps participants engaged and up to date. Participants can and will enter multiple times to increase their odds of winning. The end result? More money is provided to your nonprofit group. This provides the ideal scenario where everybody wins. Why we created this fundraiser. In our many years working in the nonprofit community, we have been privileged to work with and meet many great nonprofit groups. As a single entity, we realize there are limitations to what we can accomplish. With a synergetic approach, our combined efforts can produce incredible results. We felt a moral obligation to help nonprofit groups make a social impact. The sole purpose of this fundraiser program is to assist fellow nonprofit groups to generate funds. We realize that funding is needed more than ever in this challenging economic time period. Our fundraiser provides additional revenue without impacting any other fundraising efforts you have. Many people are reliant on the programs and services you provide. Our goal is to help you sustain and grow your invaluable efforts. Your work is critical to the lives of so many, and we firmly believe that nonprofit groups are the backbones of our communities. Our ultimate goal is by working together, we can make a positive impact on a national scale. Thank you for your time. We appreciate you taking a closer look at our fundraiser program. We hope you join us to play it forward.